All right, we are live. I hope this light is working for me here. That's better. It's shining in my face. Good evening, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's good to be here. Sorry we're late, just sitting up and doing all sorts of things, but we are here. I need to practice looking into the webcam. All right. I'm expecting some guests, hopefully later on, but tomorrow is my birthday. Yeah, so let me just sorry, just give me a minute. Okay. I'm not yet getting a feedback from YouTube. It's just loading. It seems my PC is slow or something like that. But we'll be there very soon and I'll be able to see who's in the chat and who'll be joining us on Zoom. Okay, good evening. I see there are two people here. Thanks for coming. What's up? What's up? What's up? Just text something and tell me that you're here. It'd be good to have you people. It'd be good to chat with you. My chat thing is not showing yet, but it will be in a minute. But good evening and welcome. Setting up is a lot more difficult than I thought sometimes, eh? Welcome. Should I call you Drone Age or should I use your real name? But I'll just say thank you. Yes, it's just a few more hours to my birthday, but I can say you're the first one to wish me a happy birthday. Ah, there we are, Bishop Trump and Nola. Hello, everybody. Good to have you. Thank you very much. It feels very nice to have birthday wishes. I hope you're well. If you want to join the live stream, just let me know and I can send you the link. on Zoom because I'm using Zoom, and then we can chat from there. So yeah, okay, the chats are now here. Gilbert, how are you? When did I fail to wish you Gilbert? Gilbert, forgive me if I failed to wish you bad. Happy birthday. Come on so that I can wish you live. Come on the live, then I can wish you, and everybody can wish you happy birthday as well. Is that good? I haven't done this in a long time. I've missed doing live streams, and I've missed you guys. Okay, this light is right over my head. Just give me a minute, eh? Okay, is that any better? Can you see me clearly? The resolution is not very... Thank you, Butterfly. 9274. I've never asked what Butterfly 927. Where'd you get that name from? That's very interesting. I've always wondered. Yes, Nola, I'm still in Chingola. I had my last birthday in Lusaka, and this one I'm having it in Chingola. So that's nice, I guess. Welcome, C Zulu. Yes, I haven't had a live stream in a very long time, and I think I need to do another one maybe next week or something like that. This is going to be good. I felt excited. I felt excited last week. I'm feeling a bit excited now, today. I don't know how I'll wake up tomorrow and how excited I'll feel. Is my audio okay? Just for a check. Is my audio okay? And is my video okay? I'm getting video from here for Zoom, so that's all right. So yeah, hi Mazuba, thank you everybody. Ah, you guys are so nice. Thank you, Mazuba. Thank you, Nyoni. You guys are so nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. I wish I could invite you for cake. I wish I could call you and give you a piece of cake. Let me see if YouTube has got cakes in the emojis, and I can share a YouTube cake with everybody. I don't know if YouTube has. No one wants to know how old I am. I definitely am not yet 60, so that's one thing. At least we're sure. Forgive me, I've got a lot of things I'm cycling through. Okay, yes. Video and sound okay, Germany. Thank you. All right, and in the UK. Oh, good. You'd like to see Mpulungu in your next video. I'm from Congo, but my mom is from there. Oh, yes. I want to go to Mpulungu. There is Lake Tanganyika is there. There's a very nice beach, Kasaba Bay. in that area. So there's Kasaba Bay, and an hour, not even an hour, just less than an hour's drive away from Mpulungu, there is Mbala town. And in Mbala is one of the museums of Zambia. Motomoto Museum, one of the five. There's a video I did of Copperbelt Museum, and I talked about the 5 major museums in Zambia. So there's Motomoto Museum in Mbala. And then there's Lake Chila. Lake Chila is significant because during one of the world wars, when the war ended, they threw a lot of armory, do you say armory? Artillery, whatever, guns and stuff into Lake Chila. So up that side, there's the museum, there's Lake Chila, and the not nice thing. So yes, I'm hoping and planning to do Mpulungu one day. So yes, keep locked to the Kumba guy, and we'll go to Mpulungu, take you there. Nola, you've been lying that you're 66. You're 23. That's a good one. I don't know if that's the home of Casalaga. So I wouldn't know. ABK, thank you. Thank you for your birthday wishes. Thanks a lot. I don't know the home of Castle. We know the home of Mosi. At least that's the Mosi Otunya. So yes. Mr. Mamba, welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your birthday wishes. It's good to have you guys here. Thanks a lot for joining me. I don't yet know what to talk about. I'm not talking about too many things today. I don't have topics lined up. But if somebody joins me, then we can talk about something. Apart from how old I am, I'm upwards of 30, that's for sure. So at least we can start from there. I think I'm less than half, just slightly over half your age. So yeah. Yoni, you know some German, eh? That's interesting. It's where's my data not going? How's been your Easter? How's been Easter? It's been a long weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 4 days. I'd have loved to do something exciting. I'm the type of person who goes out and hiking with a bike or something like that. But I was home this time. I was actually hoping to go to Livingston for Easter weekend, for this weekend, but I think the weekend came, I hadn't planned for it properly, and so on. So I couldn't go. The Vic Falls, I want to go to the Vic Falls because it is very, very full. It's the fullest it's been in 10 years. Last year, it was the highest it's been in 10 years. But then this rainy season, again, has been very heavy. So this year has trumped last year. So the falls is full. I'd have loved to go there. I'll see how the month goes. If I don't make it in April, hopefully I could go, God willing, in May. But I do want to go to the Vic Falls while it's in full flood, make a video. I haven't made a video. I haven't been to Livingston this year. I traveled a lot late last year, but I haven't been to Livingston this year. It's life, it happens, but I feel very strange not going to Livingston. But yes, I hope to go there. There used to be a TV advert in Kasaba Bay saying there was a place called Mosi. It was from Zimo, South Africa. There's another one called Lion Lager. There've been a number of lagers over the years. There was Eagle. I remember there was Eagle. I don't drink personally, so um, I don't. Yeah, but I know I know them. Yeah, Mosi has been around for quite a while, and so has Castle. But I think Castle. I don't know if Castle is also connected to the international Castle, or if this is a Zambian Castle. I don't know. Um, yeah. Lily's 101. And Lily's Lily's getting into politics. Oh, Lily is into politics. So she'll probably get much older than she currently is. Politics has a way of aging you. There's so much to do, so that would be very funny. Yes, Mr. Mamba, maybe we'll meet in Livingston or on the way, or maybe we'll travel together. Who knows? But we'll see how things will be scheduled and how we're gonna go. But I definitely want to go to Big Falls. Yeah. Hi, TIA. Welcome. Whenever I see you, I always note your new logo. This is Africa. So welcome and thank you very much. How is your day? You guys are still in day 21:11, still morning out there, eh? Yeah. But it's good to have you guys. Thanks a lot. How was your weekend? Yes, I was asking about the weekend. How was your weekend? I was hoping to go to Livingston, but I couldn't, or I didn't. So I'm still hoping and planning I will. So yeah, how's your weekend going? And ready for the new week ahead? Any plans? Hey Jay, how are you? Oh, it's 12 p.m. So you're 9 hours, not 10 hours. Yeah. Hey Jay Channel. Jay, are you from Zambia? Or it's the first time I'm actually seeing you, but thanks for coming and welcome. His sister's dog got hit by a car and broke his leg in 4 pieces. Oh my goodness. That was awful indeed. Poor dog. I hope it will be okay sooner or later. I hope it recovers. And you're only going to sleep, eh? Getting ready for work tomorrow. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming, man. I hope to do a live again and see how we can chat. Probably weekend and things like that. But yeah, this one's a pre-birthday live stream. I can imagine how you slept, Mr. Mamba, after that bike ride. I once rode from Kabwe heading towards Lusaka, but we didn't go far. We only went as far as Prospect, where the police stop is. It was a Saturday and I was with a friend of mine. So we rode there. I was actually traveling to the Copper Belt that day. So we went early in the morning, got on bikes, rode to Prospect, 20 kilometers, and then rode back into Kabwe, and then I left. So that was interesting to do. Hey, Stars Love. Welcome. Nice to have you. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having been consistent on the channel. It's good to see you. And I stand with Zambia. Good evening to you and welcome. I'll be 60 next week. I'm glad I saw you. Oh no, you make my day. Oh, Jay from the UK. Oh, thank you. Welcome. And what's your channel about? What's your channel about? I should check it out after this. Good night, Nyoni. Thanks for having come. Hi, Ivy, and welcome. Good to have you. And good evening. I hope you had a good weekend. No, Stars Love, you're not very late. We just began. I started a little late myself. ABK, oh, you're from India. How do you say hello in Gujarati? I don't know. But anyway, hi, ABK. ABK, is it ABK or is it ABK? Oh, Stars Love, you're from Norway. Oh man. When I was talking about last year, when I did my birthday video, so I did a question thing, and somebody asked me, where would you like to go in Zambia, and where would you go to go around the world? And I mentioned Azerbaijan and Vanuatu, but I've always wanted to come to Norway because of the Northern Lights. Up there, you can see the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis. You know, that just fascinates me. I could just imagine standing there and seeing all the colors up in the sky and so on. That has always fascinated me. And if you ever have photos, please send them, thekumbaga@gmail.com. Please send them to me or on my WhatsApp, which you can find on Facebook. Please, that would be just amazing. But thanks for coming, Stars Love. It's good to see you. It's good to have you. Nola, you have an afro. You're an egg with an afro. Guys, welcome Keith. Keith's around. He's just logging in and connecting his audio. So yeah, welcome. Thanks, Stars Love. It's a very interesting name, Stars Love, but yeah. Scotland, eh? Yeah, the whole of the Arctic, north of the Arctic Circle, northern Alaska. Hey, but whenever I think of Alaska, I just think how cold it is. There was a video I watched from a YouTuber of a very great train journey from the east coast of Canada through to the west, through Winnipeg and whatnot. So it would be interesting to go through to Alaska. There's a number of shows I've seen too on National Geographic or Discovery Channel. These guys who fly into Alaska with these small biplanes and things like that. So it's all frozen and cold. But yeah, that's whenever I say on the last part of my video, I'm the Kumba guy and I do tourism in Zambia, Africa, and around the world. That's the around the world I shall be traveling to one day. I really hope to travel all the way up there and see all those places, all those cold places. Ish, I can only imagine. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. Keith, welcome. It's good to have you. Say hello. We're going to see your picture. Are we going to see you eventually? Oh, hairdressers are open. Would love to go to Alaska. I too am frozen and cold. Is that cold spill over in UK? the all that heavy snow which you had. Was it a month ago? Was it in January or February? I don't know. Is that cold spell over? How's the weather going? Our rainy season is over. Rainy season in Zambia is over. It's mid-April now. So I think that's over. And TIA is coming on too. Welcome, people. Thank you. I'll be waiting for them on Instagram. Thank you. Thank you. I just love the Aurora Borealis. I'd love to see that one day. And yes, I'll let you know. All my subscribers will know when I'm in Norway. These are videos I'll be making. I'll be making a video on the flight. I'll be making a video at the airport. I can't wait to travel. Can't wait to travel the world. All right, KBM is in. Your audio is not on. There's a chat. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I didn't see that message. Keith, welcome.
Hi, I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you now, and welcome. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
And introduce yourself. Oh, it's just sleet and snow showers. Oh, it's all gone. Yeah, that was really something in the UK, eh? Sorry, Keith. Sorry, I jumped in. Say hi to everyone and tell them, introduce yourself, and tell them a bit about your channel.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that opportunity. My name is Keith. I'm a freelancer in web designing, and I create content about marketing, business, and anything related to money. That's what I do and focus on.
All right, Keith gives a lot of money tips. Keith has a channel. Is it Keith Rains, eh? That's the name of your channel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So Keith has a channel and he just hey KBM, welcome.
My first name is Keith, by the way, as well. So Keith and Keith are in the building.
Today we've got the KKK on YouTube.
Oh man. Okay, so happy birthday, man. Happy belated birthday. I think I saw a notice from you like 3 days ago. You put out something, you're going to do a live stream on your birthday.
My birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it was today.
My birthday is tomorrow.
Okay, well, happy
6th.
early.
It's a pre-birthday live stream.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to do a live stream tomorrow, so I decided to do it today.
So what's the topic today?
Nothing. It's just a random chat. How was your Easter weekend? And everybody wishing me happy birthdays. The topic.
Well, my Easter weekend, I was just basically watching everybody on YouTube enjoying their Easter weekend. That's about the size of it.
It's too bad I never went to Livingston. I'd have made a Victoria Falls video for you to watch me enjoying my weekend. So there was one less video you didn't watch.
It's probably a good thing. I mean, I don't envy people, but maybe I shouldn't even try to start. Because I don't know. It's getting harder and harder to go to Kenya. Not because Kenya's on a lockdown. I can go in and out, no problem. But the way it is over here, trying to get time off of work, and then it's like a mandatory 14-day quarantine if you come back into the U.S. from another country.
Oh, okay.
So what I was hoping to do was ask my place of work if I could go ahead and do the COVID test as soon as I get back, so I wouldn't have to wait out the whole 14 days. And then I have over 2 weeks that I wanted to take. So they probably won't let me take the whole 2 weeks plus be 2 weeks off. That would be a whole month off, away from the job. So I don't think they want that.
You got the jab. Have you got the jab yet?
We manufacture circuit boards.
I mean, I've got the vaccine.
Well, the vaccine doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Whether if you got the vaccine or not. There's actually another gentleman from Mexico. Him and his wife are from Mexico. She got the vaccine, and she wants to go to Mexico to see her parents. He's going to stay here. So if she comes back, even though she's got the vaccine, what our place of work said to him that he would have to still take 14 days off, even though he didn't go to Mexico with her, but she came back from Mexico.
Mhm.
So that's what we're working with right now.
The world needs to open up already, you know. Corona is just it's run its time, you know. I'm tired.
And the honest truth is, nobody outside of people with underlying health, health conditions are the only ones dying from it. The only ones. What this virus, just like influenza, is not doing, it's not taking down people who are already healthy. They haven't got any proof of that. They won't even make that claim anyway. The only ones making that claim are certain politicians and some reporters in the news, but you're not hearing any doctors really making those claims.
Yeah,
because they can't. You know, the reputations are online. That's like a scientist saying that if there's like a something that they're studying and they're doing a survey on a particular thing to try to prove it scientifically, and they don't have 100% proof, they say, well, okay, well, we found out that this causes this to happen, but when you look at the end report of the report, they never say it's 100% if it's not found to be true. So therefore, even a scientist wouldn't even say that. So the doctors are not even saying that this virus is taking down the healthy people. Just from the very beginning till now, it's the same thing. It's working the same way. No matter how many times they say it's mutated, it's not taking down any healthy men, women, or even children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see how things turn out. Let's see how things turn out, and hopefully everything gets back normal. I'm glad we can travel in Zambia. I would have missed traveling. I've only traveled once this year already, and I really am missing traveling. I went to Lusaka, so that was good. But we'll see how the year goes. Yeah, weekend's over. People are back at work. Keith, what video do you have coming up?
Which Keith?
What's the question again?
Keith Rains, what video do you have coming up?
I'll stick with KBM.
Yeah, we'll use KBM for you.
I haven't yet thought about that. Maybe tomorrow, that's when I'll decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting to see. Somebody was asking the name of your channel, so I just posted that. And so on.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Makando Shando from Sweden. Welcome. That does sound like an African name though, but we have, yeah, but welcome. Sweden's somewhere up in the north as well. Do you have the Northern Lights in Sweden, Makando? I'd come to Sweden for Volvo. That's the home of Volvo and Scania. So I'm a vehicles person. So I've got something to see in every country. But welcome, Makando. Just joined the live stream.
So did you watch the live stream from, it was only like 13 minutes from the Niger boy today. He was in Nairobi airport.
I got a notification of it, but I never watched it. I was in town at that time.
It was hard to tell, but Arena TL was in the chat. I couldn't tell if they were talking about him going to Namibia for the desert skiing or going to, and he said something about Zambia. He's going to hang out in Zambia.
I should go check it out. That'll be interesting. It would be interesting to see him. I still remember his visit there, and you went to the waterfalls. That was amazing waterfalls. But yeah, I'll check out that video and hear what he has to say.
Yeah, you said pretty much Nairobi is dead quiet.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, Zambia is alive. Zambia is awake and alive, fully alive. So I guess that's a different thing.
So Keith, what is the main goal of your channel? Like I've seen some videos a while back. What do you mainly concentrate on?
Oh, as for me, I focus on mainly is about how to grow your online business when it comes to helping you expand your online presence and how you can actually like make money on online, not really depending on physical job. So as for me, my main goal is just to see a lot of, especially Zambians, because a lot of Zambians don't really trust this online stuff, and all they're focusing on is getting a degree and get a job, work on a certain company. But as for me, I want to help people like set up their online businesses, become their own bosses, and make money from there, so that we don't all trying to fight for the same jobs. At least some people can get away with some online business of their own and monetize their talents or their skills or anything that they provide. Yeah. So that's my goals for me.
So that's great and all, and I think people should try to get over those fears, especially if they got an idea, and they should really try to go for it. And some of your videos, do you ever like teach people that maybe, okay, let's say they want to use online for something for a business that's on the ground, like whether if it's a storefront or out of an office, and they use online as part of their, I guess, marketing tool in order to gain more leads to, come to them, whether if it's internationally or locally. Do you have any videos that concentrate on that method of using online business?
That is where I'm actually coming to.
Okay.
Yeah, currently I don't have, but that is where I'm coming to. Yeah, so as for me, I usually group my videos into playlists. So when I start a playlist, I'll make sure that I finish it, then I go to the other one. But sometimes I work in both playlists, just like that, yeah.
Okay. And can you give it like an example of one of the online businesses that you're teaching people?
The question again?
Can you give a quick example of one of the online businesses that you're trying to teach people in Zambia?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the first one is how to open up your own website and
Okay.
how you can sell your own stuff, or how you can teach people, or how you can actually write posts and so on, monetize them with a lot of monetization methods. And now you can also like start up like a drop shipping business whereby you don't have to order the things, but you can act as if you're a middleman or something like that.
Okay. Have you tried, okay, all the videos that you're talking about, what you're just talking about now, have you tried one of them yourself?
Yeah, I've tried before.
Okay. And was it good?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay. And which one was it? Like, is it something that a lot of people are getting into, or is it something kind of like a niche?
It's something more like a niche. Yeah, so
Okay.
as for me, I'm trying to focus on just two things, like having my own website. I'm good at writing articles, I can do that. Then I'm also focusing on affiliate marketing, where I can product some people's products and can earn a commission. Yeah, that is really great as for me, like it's currently working out. Yeah, but when it comes to drop shipping, when I tried that, didn't really work out for me because I didn't have enough resources like to advertise my products and so on. But when it comes to affiliate marketing, all you have to do is just create a YouTube video or create an article, put a link below, and when people are interested, they'll click on it, they'll buy, then you earn a commission. Yeah. So there's no need of like spending a lot of money on advertising stuff. But yeah, you can advertise to make more, but it's easy to manage and it's easy to get started done, whereby you have to start advertising to people, tell them, no, do this and this. Yeah, it's kind of stressful sometimes.
Okay. All right. So I know a lot of people over here anyway, they want to try to get into those businesses. A lot of people where they don't have to have any inventory in the house. Drop shipping being one of them, but also a lot of businesses, online businesses over here that are being pushed online to us over here is like online marketing, whether it be affiliate marketing or some other type of marketing that has to do with social networks like Facebook and things of that nature, how to get free advertising, cheap advertising to push your services or push somebody else's services. So basically they're not dealing with the actual end product, if there is an end product. So.
There's a lot of financial, should I call it illiteracy? Well, there's a big need for financial literacy. And so I've noticed that Keith's channel is very helpful, especially a number of us YouTubers. A lot of people have learned quite a bit from Keith's channel. So it's been rather interesting. There's a video I watched about Payoneer. Did you make a video on Payoneer? Or was it somebody else I watched? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's
it was me. I did make that.
Yeah. So I had some dealings with Payoneer at some point. Nola is asking, is it anything to do with Rain's roofing? Now, if you've never met Nola, you're gonna know that.
What's that about?
Nola is very witty and full of humor. And I stand with Zambia is asking, we can't. I haven't. MD90's videos. Sorry, I'm just responding to the comments in the chat. MD90's videos are very mixed. So yeah, there are a lot of Bemba videos. Do you remember any Bemba, Nola? I wonder. And then I almost forgot. Just a note for those who are watching. You can hear everybody else, but you can only see me. I'm not selfish. I'm not being selfish, but that's because Zoom chooses my video is on, so it's displaying my clip. Keith and KBM haven't turned on their videos, so you're hearing them like they're calling in from a radio. So yes, so YouTube does that. Yeah. So yes, sorry, I just wanted to mention that. Thank you, Chomba, and welcome. Thank you very, very much. My birthday is actually tomorrow. Just to remind everyone, I couldn't do a live stream tomorrow, so I decided to do it today. Maybe I should have called this video a pre-birthday chat rather than a birthday chat. But anyway, thank you very much. Hi, Zoe. How are you? How is Ukraine? What's up? Should we give you a birthday? Oh, KBM is out, eh? Okay. Should we give you a birthday shout as well? It was Zoe's birthday 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks ago? You know, too. How long ago was your birthday? But anyway, happy. Yeah. So it's birthday season. Keith, when is your birthday?
It's 9th January. It passed.
Oh, it's past already. People are busy thinking about school fees, eh? So we didn't have time to think of your birthday. Oh, Keith, somebody was asking, what's the difference between VPS and VPN?
Oh, okay. Now, a VPS is a virtual private server. Okay, it's a computer which is in another country, which is ever online, connected to the internet, having a website or having your software which is runs 24/7. So you can actually turn your laptop into a VPS. Like, so to do that, you have to do is make sure that the laptop never goes out of power, never gets disconnected from electricity and internet, of course, but that's actually impossible here in Zambia and expensive. So for that, there are companies which offer computers which are called VPS, where you can rent them out and host a website or host your software or host anything you would like. Yeah, so when it comes to a VPN is a virtual private network. So a virtual private network is like I'm having a computer which is in USA, and here I'm in Zambia. So I don't want people to know that I'm browsing from Zambia. So all I can do, I can connect my laptop to the computer which is in USA, and people will see as if I'm browsing from USA when I'm actually here in Zambia. So like when I'm browsing the internet, it will show that I'm in USA, but I'm currently in Zambia. So that is how VPNs work. They hide your identity. They can also protect you online from hackers and internet service providers. Yeah, that's it.
I've always seen a lot of ads for VPNs. NordVPN. Kaspersky here on my laptop keeps asking me if I want to activate the VPN. I've never gotten into VPNs myself, so it's always nice to learn and to know. I know some people who've used it before in other countries where media is limited, like I think like China or something like that. You can use VPNs, at least then you have access to all those sites which are blocked or things like that. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting tech stuff. Understand? I stand with Zambia. Did you hear? I still hear. And did you hear his response? Chamba, where are you visiting us from, or where are you watching us from? Not visiting. Where are you watching us from? Welcome. Alrighty. KBN is coming back. I'll go on for another half hour or so, and then let everybody go to rest for whatever, from wherever you are. But I have any plans for my birthday? I've got work tomorrow, so I don't really have many plans, any plans for the birthday, sadly. I really haven't planned anything or thought about anything, but hopefully I am supposed to have, I'm hoping to have a barbecue. So there's a friend of mine, his birthday was on the 3rd as well. His birthday was on the 3rd. So we're hoping we could organize something one of these weekends. So I may vlog that and post it here as well. Yeah, probably this weekend or the next, depending on how busy or free we are and how we plan things. We're hoping to have a barbecue. So yeah, at least I've got that planned, but not for tomorrow itself. Yeah, tomorrow just be an ordinary day, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, a barbecue is always good. I actually just realized that over Christmas, we didn't have any, or New Year's. In fact, just the day after Christmas, no, there was one. There was one at my church, but I wasn't there. I was traveling on Christmas Day, so I missed it. whatever, they had an event anyway. I don't know if it was a barbecue. So I missed it. And then New Year's Day, I had just come back from Samfia Beach. So I think I missed that. And the youth group and the young people, we never did have a New Year's party or anything like that. So we're planning to have it with the young people, a few friends and stuff like that. So I hope that'll be exciting. And yeah, I'll share it here at some point. So at least that's planned for this year. We'll see how that goes. Welcome back, KBM.
Thank you.
What do you do for birthday? What do you do for birthday, KBM?
What did I do for mine?
When is your birthday, if I may ask?
Oh, it's passed in February.
Oh, okay. Keith's was in January. Yours was in February. Did you do anything for a birthday? You reach a certain stage where you're like, wow.
No, not really. You know, as a kid, I don't know how it is in a lot of other countries, but you know how Christmas is. You get these high expectations as a kid. You expect to get all these different presents and stuff like that. So my birthday was kind of like that, and you kind of brought up like that as a kid. That's like the second biggest day next to Christmas. You're going to get a bunch of gifts. Your parents are going to get you gifts. Your aunt and uncles are going to get you gifts. And then, I don't know, I guess my dad didn't really discipline me very well on if there's nothing for my birthday or Christmas or what have you, that it's not a big deal. But the expectation that are taught to kids over here is that you're supposed to get something, for one, and two, expect it. And when it doesn't happen for whatever reason, there's resentment. So what I've learned to, being older, to me, I don't celebrate Christmas because of my Christian belief. I don't celebrate it. And two, because I missed out on a lot of it as a kid, I just decided on my own that I don't care for it anymore outside of Christianity. So
yeah,
I've treated my birthdays the same way. Now, if somebody wants to celebrate, like my wife, of course, or something like that, I'm not going to turn her down, to celebrate it with me and, I have a good time and things like that. But if she's not with me, like she wasn't in this past February that just passed, I'm over here, she's in Kenya, I'm not going to do anything myself, because to me, it's just another day. I'm just 1 year older that day. I don't look at it as anything really spectacular or something to make a big deal about, if that makes any sense. It's not like a national independence holiday where, to me, that would be a lot more important.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it's usually just, for me, it's usually just a time to think and say, oh, thank you. Another day, another year has gone by. You think of what has happened in the past 12 months, think of how God's been good. And at this time of COVID, it's another, one thing you think of is, thank God for all the people who are still around. Thank God that you're still around to celebrate a birthday. Of course. So, yeah, I watched an interview. I watched an interview.
I see the comment. I see the comment. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I watched it. Oh, that's Nola for you. So I watched an interview between Steve Harvey. He was interviewing Barack Obama when Barack Obama was president. And so he was asking Barack Obama about presents, and it's like, oh, what presents do you like? And yeah, if I remember well, that was Obama. And Obama was like, look, when you reach a certain age, there's nothing you don't necessarily have. If there's something you wanted, you'd have probably bought it already, and things like that. So you reach a stage where, like, well, that was Barack Obama's statement. It was a very interesting interview, knowing Steve Harvey. So yeah, I was just saying that, and I think some people reach that stage even for birthdays. They're like, oh, it's my birthday, another day, another year. and so on. But yeah, I guess people have different views about it. So yeah, it's always nice to.
Yeah, I think I started thinking that way around probably age 23. I'm 51 now. People are probably asking, what have you been doing all those years? I've been living life one day at a time. But no, I do, just like you and a lot of other people, I do reflect on things like what's happened in the last 12 months, what's going to happen in the next 12 months, or what could happen. And right now, the things that I'm thinking about now, and I thought about it yesterday, is it's almost the middle of April already. And didn't I just say that like last year?
Yeah.
It's middle of March.
Yeah, you know, the year's gone by already.
Yeah. And one thing I have noticed, like when I was a kid, and I do remember this very exclusively to myself, is that when you're a kid, like at least the first 13 years, you're like, man, the days go by so slow. The weeks go by so slow. The months go by so slow. The year is slow. Now, when you're older, everything is fast. And you want it to slow back down.
You notice the time going by.
Yes.
Hi, Witty Graphics. Witty Graphics has just come in. Yes, let's go. And hi, Mutale. Mutale's Kitchen. I've never seen your channel before. I'd like to visit your kitchen. Maybe there might be some nice pastries for my birthday, Mutale. But welcome. And hi, Buchi. Buchi
sounds Nigerian.
Welcome. Okonma, yeah, the surname does, yeah. Hey, Michelle DIY, welcome, good to see you. Michelle's just come in, but yeah, oh, okay.
A Christian musician named Buchi something, or something Buchi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from Nigeria.
Yeah. Thanks for, is it Buchi or Uchi who's from Nigeria? Anyway, both I guess. Thanks, Michelle, for coming by. Thanks a lot for the good wishes and have a great day at work tomorrow and this week. So they cut you short.
No, not at all. I'm still, for some reason, I don't know why, I want to go back up here and read what she said again. Dropped off what? Man, I think Nola was a real character when she was in Zambia. I can only imagine.
Nola is a real character. Nola is a real character now.
I get that, but I can only imagine when she was younger.
Yeah.
Man. She probably led parades.
I'm from Lagos.
Who knows?
Which is from Lagos. Thanks for coming. Nice to have somebody from Lagos. I think you're the first person I've ever had from Nigeria. Or maybe I've had people from Nigeria and I've just never known. But yeah, thanks for coming. Hi, Chile. Nice to have you.
Well, I think you had
call me Travis.
The Niger boy in here once or twice.
Oh yeah. Ah, okay. Oh, there's that. He's I forgot about him. He's in Nigeria. Buchi means honey in Bemba. Yes, in Zambia we call ubuchi. Uchi. I don't know what does it mean in. What are you, Igbo? What are you? What are the people in Lagos?
Igbo. You're thinking Igbo?
Igbo, yes. Yeah, that's one of the tribes.
And
I know there's
Yoruba,
loads of them in Nigeria.
Yeah, Yoruba.
Yoruba, yes.
Now that I know a lot of them, and now that I'm trying to think about it, the names escape me.
I forgot. Nola's trying to convince herself that she's young. Nola, accept it.
What do you mean? Hello, when I was in
Zambia? Sidi. Okay. Hello from Italy.
Getting a lot of people in there.
Italian. How do you greet in Italian? Clearly, yeah. I'm happy. I'm very happy. How do you greet in Italian? KBM, do you know any Italian?
I know you say goodbye. It's ciao, ciao. Or at least ciao. That's what Michele Ponte.
Ola is not from Italy, is it?
Nola? Or Ola?
Yeah, I don't know if Ola is. No, I don't think it's Italian.
Ola
I
is
think it's
Spanish.
Portuguese or something. Spanish, eh? Oh yeah, Spanish.
So her full name is Onebuchi, meaning no human being is God. It's an Igbo name. So Keith, you're quiet. What's your plans for the next month?
No, I was enjoying listening to you guys talk. Yeah. My plans for this month.
Okay. Keith, did you drop off?
He's still here.
Well, maybe his mic dropped off. My mic drops off sometimes too.
Zoom kicked me out for a minute. Did you notice that?
I did. Kind of like what StreamYard does.
Glad I'm back. I was very surprised. If I was alone here, I'd have had to restart the stream, but I'm glad at least.
By the way, did you
Sinombe,
see,
crush it like Sinombe Kwendela. Welcome. Sorry, go ahead.
did you see any of What Am I's live stream today?
No. Hey,
Yeah, he
today
had-
was hectic.
Yeah, he had like a fundraiser going on for a girl in Kenya. I guess she needs some most expensive drug for whatever element that she's got. And I guess they've been campaigning to raise money to take her. Well, actually, okay, it's a Kenyan woman, her daughter. They live in Germany, but they're raising money to go to another country to get this particular type of drug that the daughter needs in order to have surgery. And it's not a drug that's welcome in Germany, but they're raising a lot of money today over there. And I was looking at like GoFundMe's, PayPal's, Paybills, M-Pesa. There's just a lot of people going in, and I guess they've been fundraising for about 2-3 months. But it came on What Am I's channel today. It was just incredible. I think they need like $2.5 million for the surgery. The Kumba guy, you dropped off. Nola says you fell off the couch. Are you okay? Bro, are you okay? Okay, you okay, brother?
Fine, I'm back.
Are
I
you
think my
okay?
network is on. My network is on.
When Nola said you fell off the couch, are you okay? And not only that, he said his battery, it was shutting down. So we got battery shutting down. I'm falling off, and you fell off the couch, according to Nola. Is everything okay?
We shall all be fine.
Okay. So we got 12 people
Thanks.
watching. We got 8 likes. Come on, everybody. Let's get 4 more likes. Let's get the likes up on this live stream. This is his early birthday live stream because he can't do it tomorrow.
Yes. Thanks, Keith. I don't know if Keith is now still watching on YouTube, but thanks, Keith, for coming. It was good to have you.
Yeah, Witty Graphics, that is a lot of cash. And there was this one Kenyan gal that she lives somewhere in Europe. She came on and she had insights on at least the PayPal account. And while I was on there, she, within like a 20-minute period, she said there's $200,000 in the PayPal account. Then it went to 300, and before I left, it was 400. And that was just the PayPal account. There wasn't the GoFundMe, which I went to the GoFundMe and there was already 1.2 something million there. But that was over the course of a couple months from what I was told, or what everybody was told. And then I was helping to promote the M-Pesa number for Kenya for a lot of people that can actually donate to an M-Pesa number outside of Kenya. So, but she didn't have any access to that. But yeah, it's an expensive surgery. I don't know why these surgeries are so expensive. It just goes to tell me that it's not just America, but even in Europe, a lot of these surgeries and stuff, I mean, they're just in it really for the money. And they kind of got certain people with certain types of conditions, you know, on a tight grip. If you don't got the money, you're not going to get any help.
Yeah. Gilbert is back. Stars Love, thank you very much. Sidi, do you say Sidi or Side-Eye? How do you pronounce it?
Seems like Sidi to me.
My connection is unstable.
Well, I can hear you fine, just that your
Yeah.
picture is frozen.
Sidi.
I think that's my problem too. You know, my audio
Oh, it
is
is, eh?
fine, but my letters are frozen.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be a
hope-
joke. You can
Should
tell
be
I'll never
good.
make it as a comedian. Not like Nola. Or yeah.
Yeah, Nola's on tap. That's 50th. Sidi, I just want to ask, where do you hope to, do you know where you want to travel to when you come to Zambia? And how's been your impression? Yes, let me ask this question. How's been your impressions of traveling in Zambia from my videos? What have you seen that's been interesting or that you've learned from? I'd like some feedback. It would be interesting to know how much somebody has learned. What do you think you know about travel in Zambia? I know I've said a lot and I've recorded a lot and I've shown a lot. So, do you have a general idea of what to expect when you travel in Zambia?
Nola, are you coming after
anybody
me? She said he's never 50. If he's 50, I'm dead. She's coming after me.
No, Gilbert said it's my 50th birthday tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Yes.
Okay, now I see it.
I need to plug this in.
Well, that'll be cool if the Niger boy comes down there and hooks up with you guys. I think you know, not that I think he's into that zip line and stuff. Do you have any zip lines in the country?
Yeah, I did one zipline video by the Victoria Falls.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I saw the screenshots for that, and I think I was waiting. I think you premiered that one, didn't you?
I could have, yeah. It was a period I was premiering quite a bit.
Probably missed it, so I'm gonna go back through and look at that because that's something I don't know if I'll ever do. I think
It's
I
thrilling.
did one.
It's amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
I did one zip line, but you know, I was like maybe 18, and I think it was only like 18 meters high, right? And it only went about 30 meters down the tree. And that was it. And that was my zip lining experience. But all this other stuff that you guys doing, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm thinking of my knee hitting a rock, my elbow hitting a tree. I might drop off, and I'll never come back.
You're safe. You're generally safe. Very few instances of dropping off. Hi, Serge Masudi. Thank you for coming and thank you for your birthday wishes. Thanks a lot. 1 or 2 national parks, meet people. You're gonna meet people definitely. So you're sure at City and the premier national park in Zambia is South Luangwa. But yeah, if you're gonna stay on the Zambezi, you have got Mosotino National Park in Livingston, where you're gonna see your Vic Falls. And there's Kafue National Park, the largest and oldest national park, dissected by the Kafue River. So you'll be able to see that. So yeah, you've got quite a bit of options in Zambia. Gilbert, which NRC did you see? Did you see my forged NRC? Which says that I'm 50. Well, if I were 50, I'd be good 50. I mean, I'd be handsome 50-year-old. I'd be looking like this at 50, eh? That would be something.
It's not impossible.
We'll find you some, Nola. It's not impossible, is it?
No.
I've already got a gray beard. I've got 1 gray beard. So by 50, I'm sure I'll be maybe 60% gray.
Well, you can use some, what is it?
Yeah, we'll see how that. We'll see.
Some people over here, just so they can get jobs, if they got gray hair and they got dark hair, they use what is it? Kiwi. If they don't have hair dye, they use kiwi shoe polish because that kind of sinks in a little more. Yeah. It seems for some reason, I don't know why, but it seems to go deeper into the root, so it takes longer for the gray to grow out than just buying like expensive hair dye. They got this thing out here. What is it? Something for men. Color for men or something like that. Basically, if you buy this one particular bottle, whatever your natural hair color was before it started turning gray, it will go back to that color.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I don't know if I want to not look my age when I get to my age.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to delay my gray beard. I'm still a young man. I'm not so old, so I don't mind having one. But I mean, it's a process of life, really. So we'll live with it. I looked. Yes, Sidi. I'm not as old as 50 as Gilbert says. Do not believe Gilbert. Gilbert and Nola are a bad pair.
Really?
They're a naughty pair.
I think
I'm just slightly over 30.
I think he is inside out. I'm not even going to ask what that means, but anyway. Now, about this thing about dyeing hair. Now, check this out. There's this gentleman out here who's a friend of mine, and this is about 5 years back. He was looking for a PhD from Ghana, but was looking for work. And he went to this place where, they help people place them in jobs, right? And the person there, the recruiter that basically told him, you're above the scale in your education with your job skills in a lot of areas, but it's going to be harder for you to find a job, not really necessarily because of your age, because your gray hair. She was just like straightforward with him. Because a lot of people in the jobs that he was going for are in their mid-20s to the mid-30s. And they're the ones in the human resources department. They're the ones doing the hiring. If they see him with this gray hair, she said, you better dye your hair, because there's a good chance you won't get the job, even though age discrimination is illegal here, but they could still discriminate and you just won't know. They just don't have to say it.
Is the job a people job? Do you have to interact with people? And do the clients have a problem with gray-haired people?
No, it's not really that. It's all different types of jobs. Now, the type of work, if I can remember he was working 1 day a week at a community college teaching math. He's teaching calculus, but he needed a full-time job. So he
okay.
had someplace to go 1 day a week, but he needed to either get a full-time job and still keep that one, or just replace it if it was working the same hours as that 1 day a week. So at a college, he would have a much better chance of getting a job, but there's a lot of competition at colleges because there wasn't that many openings for teachers, at least not full-time teachers. And I remember he applied for a county job that had something kind of to do with drafting, like drafting of buildings and how things work, like an interconnected system with electricity and all that. He knew how to do that. And so there was a competition for that job position. So he did do the dyeing of the hair and stuff like that. But at that job position, there was 4 people, I think he told me, that had to create a proposal and create also kind of like a mocked up model of what this building would look like. He did a very good job in preparing for this. But he told me, he goes, I didn't get the job. One guy beat me. I came in second. And he even said that guy actually did deserve it over me because he actually did do a better job than I did. But still, he took the woman's advice, dyed his hair, even for that job that he was highly qualified for. And it was also a type of job where age really didn't matter. But he was following her advice for the simple fact that there's been do a better job than I did. TV shows talking about things like this, like what she was telling him. I've watched TV shows where talk show hosts talked about this very subject with other people, either in her position, given that type of advice, and the people being victims of that type of situation.
Yeah.
So it's a real thing. And if it's happening in America, I know it's happening in other places.
That's rather interesting, to say the least. I dye my gray. Traveltainment, Mr. Mamba says he dyes his hair. And Nola says, delay gray beard, shave it off. If you know how much I love my beard, I wouldn't shave it off even if it were gray. I cut my hair. My dad has a little bit, he doesn't have much of a hairline. He doesn't have a bald head. So I'm glad, and I hope I won't have a bald head. Oh, I do shave my hair, so it won't be much, but I definitely will keep my beard. I'll be like a nice old man with a nice gray beard and so on. But hey, wait until we get there. Nola and Gilbert are up to no good. If this was a class, I'd have written noisemakers and then look at them. But yeah, sorry, KBM. I'm just
oh no. I actually finished what I was saying about his situation because
yeah. No, I'm just saying I didn't comment to it. I went straight to the comment. Thank you, Sidi. I almost said ciao, but that's hello. Thanks for coming, Sidi. And nice to see you. Nice to have met you too. Please let me know when you come to Zambia, and stay well. Thanks for coming to the live stream. I should learn some of these words in another language. How do you say thank you in Italian? Anyway, thank you for coming. Chile. Well, I hope I'll be like my dad. Well, I mean, I hope I'll be like me. So, hey, we'll see how it goes.
Alternatively, draw a rabbit on your head from a distance. It will look like here. Oh, here. Ha. Okay.
Oh, no, that's a good one.
Turn his head upside down. Problem solved. So what are you saying? That it will now show hair? If he leaves his head where it's at, it's bald. But if he turns his head, the goatee is going to make it look like top hair on top of his head.
Yeah. Oh, Nola.
Nola's a riot.
Nola is rare indeed. Yeah. Gilbert. Gilbert, I won't answer that
Magelo
question.
Milo Bois. What's that?
Milo. Milo is tomorrow. So yeah.
Is Bois
What
Mr.?
around us? No. Bois is short for Bwanji. What? How? Something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's like a question. Yeah, it's a question, like a question tag at the end. Gilbert, just continue talking with Nola, okay? We'll leave you there. Gilbert, you need to send me a birthday present. All right? I'll be waiting. This has been a nice pre-birthday video. I wish I could do a chat tomorrow, although I've done it today, but hey, this has been good. This has been good nevertheless. Quiet.
So is Gilbert?
How's
Say what again?
sorry. I was about to ask about the weather. Just a random question, but yeah.
The weather today is very good. I work nights, so I get to see what it looks like first thing in the morning. On my way home.
Okay.
The weather is starting to get better. There's less rain. This time of year where I'm at, but the wind picks up. It's like when the weather gets warmer, the wind picks up. So it still kind of feels like it's too cold, as if there was no wind and it was colder, just like 2 weeks back. So it's annoying. I really hate the cold, but it's just something we got to deal with at least until like late June.
When the cold decides to come to this part of the hemisphere.
I was in another live stream probably a couple hours before this one, and it was a woman from shoot, I'm trying to think. They just changed the name of the country.
Oh, Stefan is going. John Age. Well, Stefan, too bad you're going so early. Well, it's not so early. This has been an hour and a half, isn't it? 83 minutes. Yeah, we've been here an hour and a half. All right, guten Nacht. Danke schön. At least I know some German. So danke schön. Danke schön. Thank you very much for coming. And hope to see you again when we do our live stream. Hope you can join in, actually, if you may, on Zoom. And then we could chat. But yeah, thanks, John H. Have a gute Nacht. That's my poultry German.
I forgot what I was exactly going to say, but she's married to a Kenyan, but she's originally from Swaziland.
Oh, okay.
But I forgot what I was going to say in conjunction with the live stream that she had. So I guess it doesn't matter.
Was it connected to the weather? We're talking about the weather.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So right now in Kenya, it should be raining because January, February, and most of March, it's very hot. And right now it's April, it's supposed to be raining. She's saying that it's extremely hot. I've been hearing other people saying it's extremely hot. So they seem to be having a drought right now or getting ready to have a drought. I don't know. But there's a lot of issues with that. Plus, there's a water shortage going on in Nairobi. One of the main reasons why before the weather started staying hot is that all the COVID stuff, all the lockdown stuff, there's a huge consumption of people using the water. And there's even water cartels in Nairobi. I don't know if they have that type of stuff in Lusaka. But when there's water shortages, the mafia basically sells water at a high price,
Mhm.
you know. And right now they're hiking up all the water prices for everybody, and water's fairly scarce right now. But the big surge of why there's a water shortage instead of a drought, it's because of the COVID. People washing their hands a lot more often than what they usually do. A lot of establishments are
Wow.
making you wash your hands before you go into the restaurant, the malls, the movies, or what have you. So, I mean, is there anything like that going on there in Zambia?
No. We just have the same old trouble with the water utilities everywhere and every day. So none of those problems really. Gilbert and Nola talking about the Windermere. Is that what you say? Windermere? Vindemar, Lake District, Windermere. Gilbert, is that how you pronounce it? And no, Gilbert, you do not use miles. We use kilometers.
I was thinking the same thing, and Nola's using that term too. I'm like thinking, I thought the UK was
Yeah.
kilometers, but in a lot of their movies, I hear them saying miles, and they're not even directing that towards Americans. So I'm kind of confused there.
Anyway, I don't know.
Oh, Windmere.
This,
At least in
yeah.
the States, that's how it's pronounced, as Windmere. We even have like apartment buildings with that names and streets with those names.
Oh, Windmere. Oh, okay. Oh, the E is silent then, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I actually don't know what Windmere means. So.
Oh, it is
Just hope-
Windermere. Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay. Now I know why it's so popular here is because there's a real estate company with that name, Windermere Real Estate. Depending on where you're at, I mean, you'll see their signs all over a lot of houses being sold. But it is pronounced out here, Windmere.
Okay, but spelled the same.
Spelled the same, but you know, Americans have the lazy English, and for example,
Americans have the wrong English.
it's the wrong English. But if you take an English class at a college here in the U.S., especially if the teacher actually taught in England and knows both Englishes very well, he or she will say that both are correct. But the essence of that is because you're in America, it's correct in America this way, and in the UK, and most of the world, it's correct this way. But in actuality, if you really sit down, it's going to be always the British way is the real way. And I can actually see that because if you take like the word color, you can hear the U. It's obvious. In America, they say color with the U sounding, but they spell it color. Color. The U is not really there in the way that it's spelled.
In the way that it's pronounced, in the way that it's spelled, yes.
Right. Like the word customize. You don't hear the letter Z, but Americans force themselves to say customize. You know, they force that Z sound that's not actually there. You know. Or favor. Or favorite, like favorite. It's the same thing. You can hear the U, but in the American way, it's actually favor. Favor. You know, that sounds more French if you look at the way it's actually spelled. You know, it's horrible.
KBM,
It's horrible.
You're supposed to be on the side of the Americans.
But the Americans are not on the side of me, and they're not on the side of everybody else. So why should I be on the side of Americans? I'll watch there be another American in here. You traitor! But
Yeah.
hey, I never
Did you
traded
ever
against
watch?
anybody. Go ahead.
Did you ever watch? Did you ever watch Trevor Noah's video when he came over into the USA? He did a
Yes.
stand-up. I think
Yes.
it's son of Patricia, or grandson of Patricia, something like that.
Yes.
And he was talking about some of the nuances of
The
American.
zebra. Yeah.
Yeah, zebra, and the pound, and that one always got me. Why the LBS? I'm like, Americans. And the Oz, always, especially because whenever I was baking and cooking, especially in my younger years, there'll be cookbooks from American Son, and there'll be ounces, and then you see, oh, Oz. I'm like, why did they use Oz for ounces and stuff like that? So it was always rather interesting. I still don't know how much pound is in terms of weight. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's easy conversions that you can find online, and you can get used to it. I mean, if you lived out here, you get used to it right away, pretty much. Just like
Probably just because
anybody
I don't need it necessarily.
right. It's just like if an
Yeah.
American went somewhere else and they really had to, they can learn the metric system. I actually was very curious one day, and I wanted to find out what were the actual measurements of every single country opposed to America, because in America they call it the American standard, measurements.
Mhm.
And then I come to
Mhm.
find out what it was. There are like 274 countries in the world. America's the only one, and everybody else does metric.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking, there has to be at least one other country that doesn't do American standard or metric. No, everybody else does metric. America does everything the opposite way. Now, there actually is a third one. I don't know what it's called, but it's in China, and it's not just math, it's actual measurements. Now, if in China, the monks, the Buddhist monks, had this thing where they had these beads on this board and these sticks, and they actually do it's like a calculator, but it's like beads. But it's also converted into a measurement system. So there actually is a third measurement system. And if there's a third measurement system like that, I'm sure there's a fourth one out there somewhere. But as far as like a national standard, China's metric.
Well, I think the universal standards of measurement, the universal thing that we all use is vehicles, and they only have kilometers and miles on the speedo. So I guess we're stuck with those. And 240 volts and 110 volts. So there's only so much different things you can do in the world apart from that.
Japan actually has 110.
Oh, they have 110, eh?
Mm-hmm. And there was another country not too long ago, I think within the last 3 years, they adopted the 110. I can't remember which one that is.
Mm-hmm.
But they converted.
Well, it's good that most devices now can use anything, really. So that's good.
So Nola's saying UK don't accept metrics opposed to, but no, pints and gallons. Well, we use pints and gallons out here. We don't use liters.
I don't know what's wrong with the UK. The UK taught all of us. Everybody else in the Commonwealth is still on liters and everything. And the UK just woke up and said, okay, you guys, we're going to dump you now. We'll change what we do. They got us using everything else, but
yeah, that's kind of weird too, because I noticed the UK, I think because like a lot of software, like say Microsoft Office and stuff, comes out of America, and all that software is defaulted to US English. And if you want it to be British English or international English, which is more like British English than anything else, Yeah, you have to change it. But and even with the date system, it's supposed to be day, month, year, and America does month, day, year, which is totally confusing and throws everything off. And if you do day, month, year, and it hasn't hit like the double digits yet, like 10, 11, 12, being October,
Yes.
November, December, Americans really get confused. But so you have to put in the 3-letter acronym for January, March, February, and all that other stuff. If you're going to go day, month, year, just so an American doesn't get confused. But I've noticed that out of the UK, sometimes they're doing it the American way, which doesn't make any sense. And I kind of wonder is it because America is more dominant in the way of software, more dominant in the way of publishing companies, anything with literature that you're just kind of bowing down to the American dirty, what do you call it? Chopped down English version, whatever. It's just that I noticed the British English has been adopting the virtualize, the Z instead of the S.
Oh, have they?
They've been noticing like you can use either or. Some of the softwares where it's where you want to correct and make sure that everything's in the British way of spelling, like program is PROGAMME instead of the just the M, which is basically the bastardized version. I noticed a lot of this British software online and stuff has converted to the American way of these spellings of a lot of different words. And I'm just like, what's going on here? Are they just giving up? Are they just tired of Americans not putting the effort in to learn the real English language? and just saying, just F it. We'll just go ahead and just do it this way because we're just tired. We're just tired. I think maybe the UK is just getting tired and they're giving up.
Yeah,
the Americans are just
they're tired of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Nola. She says when Britain became part of Europe, they tried to give us liters, kilometers, etc., but we just never used them. True what?
Was liters and kilometers Europe? Was that from Europe or from Britain itself? Because even the Europe drives on the left, on the right. UK is keep left.
Well, supposedly there's only 16 countries left in the world where they still drive on the left.
We're one of them. Zambia is one of them.
Kenya is one of them.
Oh, Southern Africa. I should say Southern Africa. Apart from, Congo is not Southern Africa. Angola, I think, and Mozambique. Yeah, but the whole of Southern Africa is.
I'm thinking Ghana is one of them too.
And Australia.
Australia. Never thought of that one. Maybe because in Australia, every time I saw a car on the road, it was always a one-way road. So maybe I didn't notice. They're always heading in one direction. They don't know where they're going. I don't know. I was almost born in that country.
Oh, you missed it by an inch.
I missed it by my mom being scared of leaving the U.S. She was just like, I have no family in Australia. I don't know. They got bugs in Australia. I don't know. They got snakes in Australia. Something like that. My dad really wanted to go to Australia because he had a job offer and she just like freaked out. Otherwise, I would have been an Aussie. Who knows? I probably would have been a drunk right now. Not to say all Aussies are drunks, but I'm just saying it's part of the culture compared to a lot of other places.
Yeah.
Which they probably got from the British. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, they are Commonwealth. So
Yeah.
hey, Football Hub, how are you? Welcome, thank you. A little tardy to the party, but hey, we've got some salads left for you.
Zambia drives on the proper side of the road. So Nola, you're saying they drive on the left.
And then Gilbert says Zambia drives on what's left of the road. We've got good roads coming up, Gilbert, so leave us alone.
Potholes are us. There used to be a store out here called Toys R Us that went out of business.
We had Toys R Us here. They came over as well.
Well, you know what? I'm not surprised because I noticed the last time I was in Kenya, 2019, I saw like 3 or 4 different locations where they had what they call an Ashley's Furniture store.
Mhm.
And Ashley Furniture is an American company, but they're going out of business all over. For the past 15 years, I've been seeing Ashley's all over America losing money. Then when I saw it in Kenya, I was like thinking, okay, if in order for some of these companies to survive, they're going to other countries. The competition is either different or it's just they're just not considered competition.
Yeah. Hey, is that Arabic? Or is that, what could that be?
Yeah, it is.
It's Arabic, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Hello from, where do they speak Arabic? Is it Saudi Arabia?
The Middle
or
East.
Dubai? Yeah, all over the Middle
Nor-
East, I guess.
Northern Africa.
Hello and welcome. No, people who change their names and write. I should try to see how my name looks in that in Arabic.
Or you can do it. You can actually, if your computer doesn't already have it, you can actually download the language pack.
Yeah,
There's a lot of free language packs out there that you can get.
I'll play around with that. I think my next banner on YouTube should have something fancy. That should be interesting. My next Kumba Guy T-shirt should be in Arabic or in Chinese.
That I think it's Thailand or something like that. They also have like a fancy language. The Ethiopian one, pretty fancy as well.
Hieroglyphics kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
Coptic.
goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 11 o'clock here. As we say, 23 hours. In Arabic, is that my name in Arabic? Wish I can copy it and paste it somewhere.
Okay, so he or she just said in Arabic and look to the right. So I think that's your name.
Let me try to copy it and paste it in Word. Oh yeah, Lozi actually. So you're Zambian living in the Middle East.
Lozi, actually.
Mtozichwani. What else do I know in Lozi? Kilnava. No, it doesn't want me to go. We could do this again by the end of the week. We could schedule for another live stream. I've missed live streams, but I need more people on the Zoom. It's always fun when you have a lot of people on Zoom.
So do you prefer Zoom over I can't think of the other one.
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
I've just never tried StreamYard before. I should, but I've just never tried it before. So I wouldn't know. I think I should, really.
StreamYard, it's 100% web-based, so nobody has to download the Zoom app.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you use a browser. I mean, I remember once going on to Lily's live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So she had StreamYard. So I was in the browser and I was using Chrome. So yeah. I've just never tried it. I've just never thought of it and tried it. So yeah, I think I should.
Yeah, just if you just want to do like a test drive, just notify Nola. She'll get on there and just chat with you on StreamYard on a private chat. You can do all the testing that you want. She don't care. Even if you drop off, if you drop off, she'll take over, even though she'll be the only one there.
She'll be there holding the fort.
Yep.
Microsoft Teams. I think the only two I've ever tried, well, not ever tried, but ever actively used is Google Meet and Zoom. I'm not a fan of Google Meet, but Zoom has done it for me.
Well, Google Meet is actually very, very good. Now, me and the Niger boy have tested out a few times, but the thing about Google Meet, it took over Google Hangouts, but it's a cleaner interface, a more professional interface, and it could do more than what Google Hangouts could ever do. There is a free version and a paid version, but me and him have tried it. It's just that it's not being advertised. When Google Hangouts started going out, I think it was August of 2019. It was like August 1st, 2019. It basically went off of YouTube. You couldn't use it for YouTube anymore, but it was still around. It's still around right now. It's just kind of laying behind the scenes. If you still know how to use it, you can still contact people on it. But Google Meet basically replaced it. The interface, like I said, is much cleaner. It's much more robust. If you just know how to use it, it's much better than Zoom and much better than StreamYard. However,
can you stream with it onto YouTube?
That I haven't tried, for the simple fact that a lot of people are not using it. I haven't even looked into that.
I used to use Google Hangouts. I used to use Hangout a bit because it was integrated with Gmail. So whenever you're in your email on the computer, you could chat with people on Hangouts.
Exactly.
It's funny how some Google apps just never gained traction. I mean, Google Plus died a natural death, and Hangout, despite them having Android ecosystem and everybody using Android, I guess it's never always that straightforward that because you have the ecosystem and you've put the app pre-installed, people are going to automatically use it. It's an interesting dynamic of technology.
Yeah. And Google is notorious for that. They'll make a lot of different things, and if a lot of people are not using some of them, they'll give it its time, but then they'll just eventually just give you a notice. By this date, this will no longer be working. So, just to let you know. Yeah, and then when that date comes on, it's no longer working. It's no longer available.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I like about Google and their apps, the web-based apps, is that most of them are really good. I think for one, they got too many, and for two, which really kills me, they make great apps, but how come Google themselves don't prepare any tutorials for people to learn? It's like you're on your own. Okay, here's a new app. Here's a little brief of what it can do. Now you're on your own. Then you have to wait for YouTube videos where somebody has gone through it, made all the mistakes, and spent the time on it to teach you how to use it on a YouTube video, or in some article on some website somewhere. It's just ridiculous. Google should handle all that stuff from the get-go. And maybe if they did that, maybe some of these apps that were really good probably wouldn't die out.
It's funny because Google owns YouTube. I mean, that should be the de facto platform. I mean, they have the audience, they have everybody glued there, and they could put their own ads on Google search, and people could always find tutorials to their new apps and stuff like that. I mean, they have their, I don't know, because
yeah, and they have the creator insider channel, which teaches you, not just the talking about the ecosystem of YouTube, but they actually teach you how to use a lot of the apps, and usually their video tutorials are usually like 90 seconds or less.
Yeah,
I mean, they're really streamlined. At least they're doing that with YouTube, but with other things, why don't they do that with other things and not just YouTube?
One thing I'll bemoan was the death of BBM and BlackBerry as a whole. I was a BlackBerry. I was sold out to BlackBerry. Yeah, I loved it through and through. It took me a while to get to jump onto Android. But
it's funny that Gilbert said everything Apple. I used to sell Apple products. Total believer in Apple, but when they came out with their iPhone, I immediately rejected it immediately. For the simple fact that Apple did create the smartphone. That's their invention. You know, that when Steve Jobs says when we saw the mobile phone, we had to reinvent the mobile phone, which they did. But they immediately put the highest price on it, and their research and development is expensive. However, the cost of their motherboards, which is the most expensive part. Okay, get this: the most expensive part of an iPhone is the motherboard. And those motherboards, in the quantities that they make them, I remember back when I was selling them, this was about 10 years ago, 87 cents, not even $1 to make one.
Oh.
And then you get the Corning glass, which is only probably level 3 or less. You know, at wholesale is less than 87 cents. You think about all that, and by the time they get it all put together, the phone, the average phone, when it's all put together, cost around $25. That's with shipping and everything.
Oh, wow. And the camera modules and everything, and just everything.
Yeah, unless they license out like a Sony lens or something, then Sony's going to probably charge them maybe $50 for the lens, but they're not going to do that. There's a lot of the lenses out there they can get for $1 or $2 that are just as good as the Sonys.
Yeah.
You know, but here's the thing: $25, and then they sell it for $900. The R&D, which is research and development, and the amount of phones that they sell is nowhere near them charging that price. For their flagship phones, it's not worth $1,200, $1,300. They're worth more like, if I'm going to sell it for retail and want to cover all my research development and still make a profit and still be a healthy company, $700 max for the flagship phone, max.
Yeah. Well, they're selling their brand too, so they've got that leverage. And I was watching a video by MKBHD, and he was talking about the famous Apple ecosystem, and how everybody ecosystem and so on. And I've never had any Apple anything. I've used the iPod here and there. I've never even used an iPhone before. I've seen that, so I've never really wanted or
Well, that's another thing that Apple started, the whole ecosystem of products working together. And also including other products that weren't Apple that can, if you wanted to integrate. That all started with Apple. So the whole ecosystem idea started with Apple. The smartphone system started with Apple. The very first tablet, which was called the Newton, before the iPad. People think the iPad's the first tablet. No, Apple had a tablet like 20, maybe 30 years ago called the Newton. Look it up.
Okay.
It didn't take off back then, but that was the very first tablet.
Was that in the time of the Mac?
Yeah, it was in the time of the Mac, but this is like the early Macs, like probably the Linda 2, I think, probably, or Lisa 2. Excuse me, the Lisa 2. That's around the time when the Newton came out. It didn't take off. However, that's the thing. Now, Apple doesn't invent everything, of course, like the drag and drop feature on a computer. You know, Apple is famous for that. But guess who actually invented that? It was Microsoft. Microsoft invented it, but they didn't know how to market it. When Apple took it on, they knew how to market it, and then everybody started dragging and dropping. The whole drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner where the Apple logo is on the computer, that drop-down menu, that didn't come from Apple. People think it came from Apple. It actually came from Xerox. Apple went to Xerox and asked them, can we use this for our operating system?
Mm.
and they allowed them to do it. And also Xerox was the company that created the computer mouse.
Oh,
So
okay.
they got the computer mouse from Xerox. So basically, Windows operating system. Now here's something that's definitely an Apple invention. The Windows operating system is the theft of the Apple operating system. So Bill Gates, basically, the only software that he had at the time that worked on any system was Microsoft Office, the very earliest of days.
Mhm.
And that what Bill Gates saw in the earliest Apple operating system was that he can copy it and make his own, and that's where Windows came to be.
Wow, okay.
IBM had I can't even think of the name of it. Microsoft, Bill Gates bought an operating system. I forget what it's called. Prior to Windows being created by them by taking Apple's operating system, they bought it from a small little guy out of Seattle, Washington that created the operating system for his business. They paid only like $50,000 for that operating system. I know some people here probably know exactly which operating system I'm talking about. But basically, they needed something to sell to
That was
IBM.
I don't know. There's a name coming, but I've forgotten.
Yeah, it's right on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, that was their first operating system, but they purchased it from a guy who created his own operating system in Seattle, Washington, where they were basically located. So they had an operating system that they could sell licenses to IBM so they can make a lot of money. At the same time, they had Microsoft Office, and that worked on the Mac. And that was one of the first programs that ever worked on the Mac.
Mm.
But what Apple made the mistake in doing is giving the ins and outs of how their operating system works. And that's when Bill Gates and his little crew took it, reverse engineered it and created Windows. But they didn't do a very good job of it. That's Windows has been having a problem with their operating system ever since. But they took that to IBM and they killed the Apple market with it at that time, pretty much. And then when Steve Jobs was fired and then Apple later on came back, Steve Jobs is going to sue Microsoft, or as a company of Apple is going to sue for stealing the operating system. But instead of him doing that, he's basically, went to Bill Gates and said, instead of like us suing you, let's work together. And part of that agreement was Microsoft gave and invested $100 million into Apple at that time when Steve Jobs came back. And that's when you saw those. I don't know if you saw them there in Zambia, but we had the colored iMacs. We had the blue, the green, the gray, little ugly looking iMac computers. They're the very first iMac computers. But basically that line of iMacs, and then shortly after that, the first iPods came out. And then shortly after that, the iPhone came out. And then shortly after that, if I can remember, it's either before or after the iPhone. They had the G3 and the G4 chip for years, which was by IBM. It was called the PowerPC.
Yes.
And then they had the G5. I bought the G5.
Oh, okay.
That was the last PowerPC chip before they finally went to Intel, because they wanted to put a G5 in a laptop, but because it burned so hot, it would catch fire. So they needed to go to Intel. And before Apple brought Steve Jobs and his crew back into Apple, when Steve Jobs was fired by a CEO he hired to become the CEO, he used to be the CEO of Pepsi, fired him, he went to create his own company called Next Computer. Mm-hmm. And in Next Computer, they created Mac OS X. So when he left Apple, he either left when it was OS 8 or OS 9. He came back with OS 10. And we still have an OS 10 version right now. It's like OS 10.15 or something right now. It's on my computer.
Is that the one which was called Lion or whatever?
Well, Lion was like 10.7.
Oh, okay.
I remember Jaguar was 10.2, Panther was 10.3, Tiger was 10.4. 10.5, I don't remember exactly what it was. But Lion was 10.7. Mountain Lion was 10.8.
Mm.
And then I think when it was 10.9, they got out of the cats and started going into different types of names for OS 10, like waves or whatever. I have to look into that. But right now it's like Mojave. Let me check out mine. Catalina. So Catalina version right now, it's Mac OS Catalina 10.15.
Mhm.
So basically after the cats, they started turning the names into names of places.
Oh, okay.
But basically, around the time the G5 came out, though, Steve Jobs has already been back into Apple. Like I said, they couldn't get a G5 in a laptop, so they had to go Intel. And they've been trying not to go to Intel for the longest time. But Intel chips actually ran cooler, ran faster than the IBM Power PCs, and so they went with IBM. And that was, shoot, I want to say around 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
And that's when they had their first iMac, and then the Mac Mini came out with the first Intel chips. That was around the time I was selling the Apple computers.
Okay. Interesting history. The only nomenclature I remember of that sort was the Linux naming system, which was always rather interesting to me. I did use Linux for a bit. So.
Linux is great. Linux is wonderful. Okay, Nola, apples need squashing. Turn them into cider. I get it.
No.
Yeah. Linux is great. Now I forgot how. I know the guy from, I don't remember what part of Europe he's from, but he called himself Linus something, was the guy who created the Linux operating system.
Torvalds or something like that.
Yeah, he's got a hard name, and I want to say it's like Ukrainian name or something like that, but I don't think he's from Ukraine.
Can you read this?
The distribution on that is called Scripto or Supto.
No. On top there.
I can barely see it. It looks like it's written on with the marker, but I can barely see it.
Yeah, it's my Mint 18.
Oh, Mint. Oh, yeah, Mint's a good one.
Yeah, I've dabbled with it a lot. I played around a bit. I haven't used it in a bit though, but I used to play around with Linux here and there. Thanks, Mr. Investor. Thanks for wishing me a happy birthday and welcome.
Now, the Apple operating system, at least 10 anyway. Did you know it's actually a shell of another operating system that was created by AT&T? That's been around since I think it was 69, if my history serves me correctly, called Unix.
Oh yes, Unix. Yes.
So there's a thing called Unix commands, kind of like there's a thing called Linux commands, the command line. And so basically Linux is kind of like a Unix derivative, but it's definitely
it's the Unix Linux.
Yeah.
I always used to see them put together.
So if you go into the terminal of Mac OS 10, you can run all of the Unix commands, all of them. Plus there's unique ones for Apple.
Oh.
So basically Unix is the backbone of the OS 10 operating system. So that means it's very secure. So basically Unix is like the most secure system out there. And you do have to buy a license from AT&T to use it. Now there is a different version, and I don't remember in my studies. The capital spelling of Unix is different from the lowercase spelling of Unix. So the lowercase one is open source software, where the capital one is not open source, meaning open source being like Linux, it's absolutely free.
Yeah.
But the backbone, the security and everything in the Apple operating system is Unix.
Wow, how much everybody needs everybody, eh?
Pretty much.
Mm.
But prior to OS 10, they were their own operating system. They weren't using Unix, from what I can
Oh,
remember.
okay.
From what I can remember, I might have to look that up again, but I don't think they used Unix prior to that.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I think we could wind up now. I should rest for tomorrow. Go work in the morning.
Yes, sir. I should do that as well because I have to go back to work in about 3 hours.
You need to rest.
For real. At
No,
least get an
you
hour
could go
sleep.
sleep. There's no ready to go sleep now. It's Gilbert still around. Who's around? Mr. Investor, thank you for coming. We're winding up now, but thanks for coming, man. And whoever is still here, thanks a lot for your birthday wishes. Thanks, KBM, for chatting with me and keeping me company.
You're welcome. And I will catch you later. Cheers.
Yep. We shall catch you soon. Have a good evening. All right, everybody. I'm the Kumba guy. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your birthday wishes. Have a great week ahead and day tomorrow. Have a good night if you're going to sleep. And take care. Let's go.